Hello, hi there, it's me, it's Dave, or the Jaded Rabbit. Yes, God bless you. Thank you so much for finding some time in your busy day to join me for a review of sorts of the Mortal Kombat 1 pre-order beta.
It's me,
It's
there's
Dave,
Echo.
or... There's Echo. Okay, hopefully that's corrected itself. But yes, this is a review of sorts of the pre-order Mortal Kombat 1 beta. Am so excited to be playing the beta for Mortal Kombat 1. It's always exciting to experience a game before its official release. That being said, I am not on the same hype train as every other nostalgic fanboy for the series. I am very much trying to ground my excitement by having the perspective of playing other fighting games. I think truly, if you are not at least dipping your toes into the other fighting games that exist out there, you won't really have a basis for comparison for Mortal Kombat 1. Also, even going backwards into the history, if all you've played is Mortal Kombat 11, it's a good idea to go back and play the older games so that you can have that perspective of what has come before, so that when you see something in Mortal Kombat 1, then, you know, you have an appreciation for it. But yes, having that, not only that vertical depth into the history, but also that horizontal breadth into the other fighting games on the market, I think is important. And I have been well equipped for this experience because I've played the Tekken 8 closed beta, as well as the Street Fighter 6 open beta demo, and well, I own Street Fighter 6, so I do play that as well. But I think from the onset, I think we can safely say that Mortal Kombat 1 will not be Game of the Year. I think that this would be a very tall order for it to satisfy. Is it better than Elden Ring? Is it better than God of War Ragnarok? Is it better than these other games that are being called Game of the Year? I don't think so. And I mean, this is just based on a very limited viewpoint of the pre-order beta. So let's take a look at some things within this pre-order beta that sort of led me to that conclusion. But before we go further, please note that this is only my opinion as a fighting game enthusiast, a connoisseur of beautiful video games. Yes, this is my opinion based on that. But yeah, if you have opinions conflicting to my own, I'm really open and excited to hear from you in the comments or in the live stream chat, especially if you're here in the live stream, because, you know, we can actually talk it out. But yeah, I'm totally open to changing my mind too. Don't say that I'm sitting on the fence or that I'm wiffle waffling, because everyone's entitled to change their mind. This is a human right. But yeah, let's begin with this actual experience of what we receive here in the pre-order beta. You're getting the menu screen, you're getting the campaign, you're getting combat versus PvP, as well as settings. I did spend a long time in the settings during my first play of the pre-order beta, but I think, like, what everyone should be asking at this point is this a PS5 game? Is there really a reason for this to be a PS5 exclusive? I have made a previous video about this topic going more in depth, but based on what we're seeing here, it's frightening. I think that this could have totally have been a PS4 game, an old console generation ago. This could have existed on the Xbox One. This could have existed on the PlayStation 4. I'm not seeing the improvement or the jump to the PS5. No, not here, not now, which is unfortunate. So I think the first example that I can really give you here is this tower menu UI. It is, first of all, it's a static image. The mountains are not moving, nor is the foliage. There are different levels of clouds moving in the distance. There's a background with the clouds up in the sky. Then there are some fogs in the mountain peaks, and they're moving at different rates, which is supposed to give you like a dynamic perspective. But this be just some GIFs, small movie files on top of a static image. This is not exciting me as a PS5 game. Even the MK11 menu, so much more particle effect. Things are glowing, glistening, things are dynamic, and maybe, yes, it is on a loop, much like these clouds. This is way more obvious that this is just a loop over top static image. How is this a PS5 game? Okay, so that's first point. Second point, getting into the actual tower is grueling. Okay, wait. Well, I didn't start a timer. I need to do a timer. But you are in that tower loading screen for so long. So let's go back to main menu. And let's start counting immediately after we have selected our character, or the difficulty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Round 1.
It takes 11 seconds just counting to get into the menu. Let's contrast that with Mortal Kombat 11, because it does not take 11 seconds to get into a match on the PS5. Maybe if you're playing on the Switch, it might take that long. But 11 seconds to get into a match is kind of ridiculous. Very nice that there are no intro scenes or intro dialogues for the towers. Actually, there's good and bad to that. I kind of wish that you had the option to skip the intro dialogue rather than just removing it. But for the purposes of grinding, like, let's be honest, every game is grindy. There is always going to be some massive game. So, massive grind in order to complete a game. Street Fighter 6, terrible grind. Terrible grind. So let's compare this with MK11. Brutal difficulty. We're on the PS5. Let's select our character, and as soon as we select our character, let's start pressing match confirm 3x and get into the match. Start counting.
Rambo.
Is this correct? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Round 1.
5.5 seconds? 5 Mississippis gets you into a match. Contrast that with the more than double loading time for Mortal Kombat 1. It's shocking that they're saying that this is a PS5 game and there's an 11-second loading screen for a tower. And what does that mean? Like, we know that the game is going to be grindy. There's going to be lots of customization going on in the game. That's going to double the amount of time that you would have spent grinding a tower, assuming you have a one-shot build. Or using a turbo controller. That's going to add not exponentially, but it's going to more than double the amount of time that it requires you to do basic things like moving in between matches, which is, how is this a PS5 game? Please explain to me. Please explain to me how this is a PS5 game. So I'm so confused at like the static images, the long loading screens, And I can't even fast forward through this. I can't even back out of the tower during this loading screen option. I have to wait the 11 seconds before I can back out, which is ridiculous, because let's say you start a tower and you didn't select the right character. You're going to have to wait 11 seconds before you can retry? Perhaps it would be quicker to just close the game and restart. I'm not sure. It's really confusing. Okay, and then I think like the one most like obvious thing that is very concerning to me is the move list. Like, this is proof positive that the game was developed in mind for PlayStation 4. You have the PlayStation 4 button colors. This is not a quality of life improvement. This is a lazy developer not wanting to put the colors into standard PlayStation 5 colors. Every PlayStation 5 game I've played. So I have PlayStation 5 version of Street Fighter 6. I also have PlayStation 4 version of Street Fighter 6. I have PlayStation 5 and 4 version of Dead by Daylight. PlayStation 5 only Tekken 8. All of the PlayStation games that I have played, all of the move buttons in the move list or controller settings, they are one color. Because the PS5 controller does not have colors. If your first console is a PS5, you have no idea what green, pink, red, and blue mean in terms of a PlayStation controller. So I just find it so shocking that they have included this here. I wouldn't be surprised if this went away by full release, because this definitely seems like an artifact left over from their early developmental stages. What ridiculousness. I'm also like maybe thinking maybe the beta build of this game is vastly different from the final release build of the game, which would be wonderful. Because if this is the menu, like just the little menu and the towers, like I'm hoping it looks completely different. Anyways, let's see what you guys are saying. Thank you so much for joining. Kylie, what's up, Jaded? It won't be Game of the Year because it's a fighting game. I think we should demand and expect better from any game that we play. It should be Game of the Year. For me, Mortal Kombat 11 was Game of the Year. So beautiful, so much gore, and deep, complex augment system, which no longer exists today. And there was always the promise of something better, but then instead of giving us the better, they just scrapped the system completely, which is ridiculous that they did that to the augment system. ZZ, hello. MK is a game of the year already. LOL, I don't think you can say confidently, positively, or negatively if it will be Game of the Year, because the game hasn't been fully released. I'm just basing this on the pre-order beta stuff. The pre-order beta stuff leaves me very worried for everything that I've said so far. James said, well said, and I 100% agree. The homeless outfits. No, it won't be Game of the Year. Maybe. You know, maybe things will greatly change. We shall see, Lord X. JBB, it will be Game of Year. You wait and see in December. Okay, are you going to give me some money? Can we make some wagers on whether or not this is going to be Game of the Year, JBB? Because I think I might win that bet. J4, MK1 seems more like MK11.5. I agree. It seems like a half step up. It does not seem like a full generation leap. Like, you can see that leap in quality between Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is beautiful and outpaces Mortal Kombat 1 in some aspects, which we are going to get into. Catholic Ladies League outfits. It's forbidden to show even legs. You know, Fabricio, you are not incorrect in stating that you take a look at the definition of Umgadi within the Mortal Kombat universe. They are warrior priestesses. So they are basically nuns who fight. That one guy, there's almost nothing MK11 about MK1. What about all the same voice actors? LOL. The menu is a copy paste of MKX. Yeah, we're going to talk more about the menu. I'm not particularly happy of it. It reminds me of the older games as well. Yes, I feel that vibe too with the menu. It looks similar even to like MK4, MK9. Yes, I agree. It's going to end today. Yes, the beta is ending today. Hopefully you have had fun playing it. You know, despite everything that I'm saying, I had fun playing the beta. Like, it's fun. It's a fun experience. But I demand more. I think we should always demand more and better as consumers. What the hey? Oh man, oh god, no way. Oh no. I pre-ordered the game at GameStop on Friday, put the receipt code to WB Games. Okay, Feather. Thank you for being helpful in the live stream chat, helping other people out with their process of getting these codes. Feather, hoping you play Tekken 7 in the future. Oh, thank you, Feather. Every Tekken looks the same. LOL. Then you have not been watching every Tekken, my friend. All right. Okay. So, wow. Moving on from the PS4, PS5 old gen conspiracy. It is a little bit of a conspiracy. I recognize that, but I think it's based on things that we can see. Okay, so I think one thing that we should say are positives. Like, one thing, like, that's wonderful about the game, the stages are beautiful. They are really beautiful. I mean, look how beautiful this stage is, right? I think it's really beautiful. I love the particle effects. I especially love Lee May's particle effects because they're pink and sizzly.
You want these?
But a stage background does not make a game. And for me, what I find pleasing is very subjective. Other people may not enjoy pink sizzly effects. But with Johnny, I find his effects are so questionable. Take a look at his special moves, especially that forward 4. Like it. Okay, let's see. Save recent gameplay. Last 15 seconds. Go to media gallery. Edit share factory. I really want to take a look at that forward 4, so we're just gonna slow it down. Video editor. Time bender. What are these particle effects? It takes the background scenery and blends it into its own sort of like reflection of what's going on back in the background. But I really don't see how this like makes sense. When you look at it slow, it kind of looks like droplets of paints just dissipating. I'm not a huge fan of this. This is completely subjective too. You might be loving the Johnny particle effect. You might be hating the Lee May particle effect. But regardless of whether or not you like it or not, you have to at least admit that it's highly detailed. And for the fact that it is reflecting things in the background, this is pretty good. I think like the graphics are really good for some things. Stage backgrounds, particle effects, but where it starts to lose me is the art decision with things like fatal blows and fatalities. So the game is just overall so colorful, wonderful colors. Like you have these backgrounds that are so beautiful. Like even this main menu, it's a beautiful background, right? But that's all it is. It's just a background, but you lose all of that beauty when you go into things like a fatal blow or a fatality. Everything becomes grayscale in the background. So like the one thing about the graphics that I really like, which are the backgrounds, you lose them whenever you come into any cinematic mode of the battle, which is surprising. The only thing that really, really looks wonderful are like, okay, let's try back throw. Like, I love that you can see the ceiling. Wonderful. I think that's beautiful. But when you get down to like fatal blow range, let's do this. Hurt me, Kenshi. Come on, Kenshi. We need one fatal blow or the other. Okay, fatal blow me, please. Come on. Do it, Kenshi. Yes. Okay, alright. You can see it. Everything is grayscale. Why? I know they're trying to enhance the gore, the aspects of it. But really, I don't think that it's adding that. Instead, it's taking away the attractiveness, the appeal of what you have in the first place. Also, they make all of the fatal blows across characters seem so similar. So we just saw Kenshi's fatal blow. We're seeing Li Mei's fatal blow. They are so similar across characters, and I understand that they needed some degree of similarity so that they could blend cameos with any character, but it's just also samey. Like, if this is your super move, why does the super move look the same across every character? I mean, there are some with pink particle effects, which are wonderful. But yes, you're not getting that same level of beauty through all of the combat, which is unfortunate. I think one way they could have easily fixed that was to give every fatal blow like a color overlay for the background. So you could still have the background colors, but maybe add like a pink overlay to everything. If you're Li Mei, then it would feel more individualized for Li Mei doing a fatal blow. But as it exists now, it just feels like Kenshi, Li Mei, similar fatal blows, right? Like, everything is just sort of black and white when things are snapping. I'm not feeling different about it. Whereas you have with MK11, there is a cinematic. It's hella long. But it gives you really different angles with the characters that you can actually see properly. Like, it's in full color. I don't understand the reason for some weird black and white filters. So they have great graphics in the game, but I don't think that they're using them enough, especially in terms of the supers, the fatal blows, because they don't feel as special. Contrast that with like Tekken 8. I wish I could play you Tekken 8. I don't have Tekken 8. Have to wait till it releases. All of the supers for Tekken 8, they look completely different. Different camera angles for every character. Different camera effects depending on the character. I really enjoy that, but everything's just too samey in a world that should be colorful, right? Like, look how beautiful and colorful this stage is, Johnny's mansion. So I feel like that's like they have something good to work with, but they're not going far enough. So I think, like, for the reasons of graphics, this is one thing that's really let me down. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Guardeth, love the new take of a new universe to MK. Cool. Feather, the menu and roster structure of MK1 is similar to MKX and Injustice 2. It feels very, like, yeah, reminiscent of those games. I would agree, Feather. Well, I haven't played MK1 yet, but I gotta play it once I finally buy it. I agree, Moses. It's Aqua Velva exploding. It looks too Capcom. You know what? It does look very happy. From a studio called NetherRealms, you would expect something more dark. However, this is not the design decision of Mortal Kombat 1. This is supposed to be representing Liu Kang's new era of peace and happiness. So it's all about, like, sunshine and bright colors, except for fatal blows, because that has to be in black and white. Black and white is manly, or something. Okay, it's not gory at all. MK10 was even better. I find some of the gore to be lacking as well. Especially some of these, like, classic fatalities that we're seeing with the cameos. They could have improved. They could have made it more gory. more blood. Okay, so wow, we talked a lot about graphics. Let's talk a little bit about the stages itself. So I did say that the stages are beautiful, but there is a major problem with all of these stages. They are basically static. These are just background noise. Nothing matters on this stage at all. You cannot interact with the stage. Sure, you have your back throws that will give you like a different camera angle with certain characters. You can see the ceiling. Oh no, that's a forward throw. We need the back throw. Ah, the ceiling looks so cool. But it's all just like cosmetic. It's meaningless, which is surprising. Once again, contrast that with Tekken 8. You have stage transitions. You can knock people through the floor or off a barrier onto a new part of the stage. It's a 2D fighter, but explorable within a 360 degrees of orientation. So here we're just getting a window box that is completely static. It actually does not matter what stage you select, because all of the stages, if it's based on what we're seeing from the beta, I know that people love to say it's not final, that there could be something else, but the beta should be NRS putting their best foot forward to try and entice people to buy this game. So why would they not show at least the stage transition or stage interactable if they had it? I think this is very worrying for MK1 at release, because all of these stages, although gorgeous, they are just window boxes. There is no dynamism to them at all. You can barely affect anything on a stage here. I think I saw one time in the Feng Tian tea house, I think something broke off, maybe? Or maybe I imagined it, or maybe I saw a fan bounce. I think I probably saw one of Katana's fans bouncing. But for the most part, I have not noticed any stage interactable. No one has discovered any stage fatality. There is no meaning to these stages, which is very sad, and meaning not in terms of lore, but in terms of gameplay. Stages were such a significant choice in MK11. You could choose what interactables you're gonna have. If there was gonna be a wall jump that you could jump out of the corner, if there was a lot of things that are missing from these stages, which makes it so spooky. So spooky. And I mean, I don't think that you can really defend these stages. These stages are meaningless, which really sucks. Really sucks indeed that they spent so much time creating these things, and it's not even useful for gameplay. Okay, so let me see if I can that's my combo. That's my Lume combo.
Finish him.
Okay. Take good note of this.
Fatality. Lee May wins.
Just pay close attention to the music. So the music already, to me, for the fatalities is so repetitive. I am not enjoying it. Also, what is this part of the music? Like, there's a lot of, like, heavenly chords in the music. It's just all sorts of mismatched. It should be more aggressive if you're playing a fighting game, not meditation zen music. Anyways, let's see what you guys are saying. Really confusing. Feather, we know Liu Kang's new piece won't last. Like more evil inevitably creates good. The same goes in backwards. Some people think MK1 is a scrapped Injustice 3. That's why it feels off and more Injustice-like. I could see that, Sephiroth. That makes sense. That one guy. What about the stages are static? Because there's no difference to choice of stage. You can just have different background screensaver for your background. The stages are not impacted with your combat. I guess a good example of this would be, once again, Tekken 8. When you play a match, after you finish the match and you have a victory or someone wins, right? You see the camera swing around and you see all of the broken ground from your combos. Like, you break the ground in those stages as you have your combat. Definitely feels way more personal and impactful than whatever it is that we're getting here. I think if they really wanted to make it feel more impactful, they should have put more blood. It's not gory enough. The little blood pools on the ground, I don't even think that they can compare to the MK11 blood pools. MK11, you could paint the ground red, especially if you used a stage interactable, because those would spill more blood. Yes, that one guy. Interactables are wonderful. Things break in this game too. Like what? Sean, I just got done eating lunch. Wonderful. Feather, there's 6 stages left we haven't seen yet. I'm sure they're gonna be beautiful, but like the stages that we've seen here, there's no interactables, no fatalities, no brutalities. Like, what were they doing? Just designing for looks and not function? What is the function of these stages? Just window dressing. I'm sorry, that's pointless and a waste of developer resources that could have been spent on the character design. A lot of the character designs are not at the same level as the stage designs, which is insane. Anyways, okay, so we've got, we've talked about the graphics, we've talked about the stages. Let's talk about the music. This is really what I'm so confused by. The music is so confusing. Listen to this song. Oh my god, it's Jesus. Oh my god, he's floating down from heaven. Oh my god, we're all going to heaven, guys. Like, what is this song? How does this match a fighting game? It's not fighting game appropriate. God, and the electric synths are killing me. Why? Why is there so much electronic hippy-dippy music in a fighting game? It should have fast pace, fast tempo, heavy percussion, great guitars. Now we've got a vocal choir from the nunnery of the Umgadi. Why? It seems so out of place. I mean, not to say that it's good. It's a good song. I just wouldn't have put it with a fighting game. And I think that sort of sets the tone for Mortal Kombat 1. That was probably the best part. The crescendo and then the Chinese zither. That's it. That was the best part. That was the best part of the track. Great. Guys, please be open-minded about this. I'm willing to hear your dissenting opinion, but you can't tell me that this is appropriate for a fighting game. No, I don't think so. So then we come to this track here, which is the fatality music. It's giving me very MK11 remix or Injustice remix. I wish it was better because those soundtracks also sucked. MK11 soundtrack sucked. I'm sorry. That's why I replaced all of the background music from MK11 clips that I make with other games. Because the songs within MK11 are so crap. And I'm so sad that to look forwards to Mortal Kombat 1 at release, it's probably going to have a whole soundtrack that sucks. So I am not here for the music. The music is not catching me. I think when you go to other stages, like the tea house, you don't even get a preview of what stage you're fighting in. In MK11, you get a preview of what stage you're fighting in. Okay, we're in the tea house. Okay, so let's just listen to tea house music.
Round one. Fight!
Is this exciting music? Is this aggressive music? Is this music that gets your adrenaline flowing and want to kill someone? Well, I mean, you know, fatality or brutalize them, right? Like, is this the music that gets you in the mood for fighting? This is so, like, elevator music. This is Chinese buffet music. This is not exciting. I am so sad about that. I wish that there was better music to look forward to. Unacceptable. This is another reason why this game came. Not only do they waste their graphics by putting in weird black and white filters, not only are these stages so meaningless. Okay, yeah, we saw a chair broke. Yay, great. Let's see if I can break more chairs. I mean, like, breaking a chair? I'm so disappointed. This is such a downgrade from MK11 in my opinion. Interactables, stage brutalities, and stage fatalities lend itself to more interesting gameplay. Also changes how people would perform on a particular stage. Kinda sad that it's not there. These stages are meaningless. Like, imagine if you could go all around the Fengtian tea house like you could in Tekken. It would be great to see the other angles of this stage. However, you can't because they did not design a fourth wall. I think that's so lazy. They designed 3 walls. They couldn't be bothered to, you know, at least have the ability to swap the dimension of the 2D fighting plane. Like, because that's how you do sort of like evade or roll in Tekken. You end up moving the angle of where you're fighting, similar to other 3D era fighting games for Mortal Kombat, where you could like change the angle of the 2 directions that you're fighting in. Sucks. Okay, let's kill Jaded a little bit. I'm learning my combos. I'm having fun. Like, don't mind me complaining. I do enjoy the game. I think it's fun. We win. All right, so yeah, the music is just all sorts of confusing. Let's try and get a brutality here so we can hear the soundtrack. Don't break me.
Justice won't prevail.
Brutality. Lee May wins.
God, it doesn't sound impactful at all. When you win, it doesn't sound like wonderful, which sucks. I much prefer other games than Mortal Kombat when it comes to the music. Let's save this brutality though. God, and once again, you get the heavenly music, like you're gonna see Jesus or something. Also, I find the placement of the brutality so odd. It's like at the very top of the screen. There's no room in between the brutality placement and where it should be. And you're getting the same soundtrack whenever you do a fatality or a brutality. And I think it's just so mismatched. Anyways, let's see what you guys are saying. We've talked about the music. We've talked about the graphics. We've talked about the PS5, PS4 conspiracy, the stages. We still have some more stuff to get through. I don't think we have covered even, I think, probably the main stuff. So yes, leave a like if you're enjoying this. We're having lots of fun. I like the Cage Mansion round 1 music. Just wait, we only see 2 stages. I'm sorry, no. No. None of the stages are dynamic. If you're saying to wait, like, I'm not waiting to come to that conclusion. Everyone's gonna just be upset. Why get your expectations up so high? With a beta, companies are putting forward what is typical and average gameplay. So if the typical and average gameplay is to have dead stages, that's what we're gonna expect. They're gonna be beautiful, but they're gonna be very heartless, soulless, dead. Okay, Sandal Realm. Oh, whoa. Strange everyone in Outworld wears sandals. Crazy. I crave a remastered Shaolin Monks or 3D MK. I agree, it's Sean. That would be cool. Outworld have a more Edenian vibe to it. Ah? Ah? Interesting. Yes, I think we've seen that already with the cutscenes. That one guy, what makes the stage dynamic? I've already said this. The ability to leave more blood on the stage would have made this felt more dynamic. The ability to have a 360 ability with the game. They have so many 3D characters. They can't implement 3D game mechanics. That's crazy. The stages are so beautiful, but at the same time, you can't interact with them. There's no interactables, no fatalities, no brutalities. I'm not expecting it. With MK11, they did not have stage fatalities or they did have stage brutalities, not fatalities. Fatalities came later on. And then they added some brutalities, I think. No, they always had the brutalities. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm not feeling it here with the stages, that one guy. If I haven't made myself clear, let me know. Music in the MK series is very poor, yes. I agree. The Dead Forest is the only dark stage so far. Oh no, not the Soul versus Soulless. This is a 2D fighting game, of course, but yes, you could swap the planes if you so wanted. To defend this, that one guy, I think that's a mountain not worth dying upon. It's too far. Too far. All right. Okay. So we talked about all of this other stuff. I think what's really concerning for me too is also like this UI. So we talked a little bit about this before with the loading screens taking 11 seconds in between matches for the towers. But the tower UI is just not dynamic. A random repeating cloud GIF with a static image of mountains. How does this qualify as a PS5 game? Again, it feels very lazy. Also, the usage of Injustice-style MKX roster design. I know they're trying to go for nostalgia bait here, but the fact that they couldn't think of anything different, worrying. But the UI here is more so problematic when you come to the main menu. Everything is in a different font. Why could they not be bothered to have the same font for things? They have one font here where it says Campaign Versus. Then they have another font where it says Towers Online Settings. And then at the very, very bottom, you can see tiny font that says Fight Online Other Players or Defeat Classic Mortal Kombat Towers. This UI is so restrictive. You have a whole screen here. Most of the time you're looking at trees. However, they decided to just use 1/8 of total screen space for their UI. I'm really hoping that this is a case of the pre-order beta being a completely different build, because if this is the menu when we get into MK1, it feels like, what are going to be the other menus options? Premium shop, customization, practice. It does have a very old school vibe to it, but for the game to have so many accessibility options, where you can even have the game read to you the description of a fatal blow or a fatality. Why on earth are they making things so tiny in the main menu? If they are trying to nostalgia bait the people who were old enough to remember MK Deception, MK4, like, our eyesight has gone by now. So reading really tiny things is so problematic. I don't understand why they would make this questionable choice with the UI. The UI is not for me. It also feels very confusing because you have different fonts all over the place. You have the Mortal Kombat 1 font, which is the same here in the menu as the Mortal Kombat 11 font. Underneath it is a completely different font that says pre-order beta. I have determined this, which is why I'm using it for my thumbnails, but all of these confusing fonts, it feels mismatched. I feel like they did not spend enough time in developing the UI. The UI here for casual matches, very surprising. Very surprising. It's just the regular screen, and it says searching for a match. They couldn't be bothered to make any special different animation or something. Okay, let's decline. Let's get out of this matchmaking. So the UI is just not as fun for me. I think it's a wasted opportunity. Look at all of this screen space, and you decide to just put things on the left side in really small font? What's the purpose? Okay, so let's go into, I think perhaps what's really more of a concerning thing for me. It's the cameo feature. I was really open to the possibility of me loving the cameo feature. Like, I want to love it. I want to love the game because I am a Mortal Kombat fan. I didn't create this channel because I don't like Mortal Kombat. I created it because I love it. But I feel like the cameo feature leaves a lot to be desired. I am so shocked that it's basically a tag assist that's baked into the game. So whereas Mortal Kombat, you have consumables, now consumables are a required part of the match, manifested as a cameo fighter. Uh-oh. I see I'm getting messages. Let's just do this. Do not disturb. Okay, yeah. So I feel like this is very much like a tag assist feature. It's not giving me life. I wanted to receive life from this. I am not getting it. And the fact that it's a throw or a breaker, like, this is not special or new to tag assist consumables, because you can use them to interrupt the opponent. But what kind of fighting game would it be if you did not have a forward throw as well? I think by putting the forward throw and the breaker on the cameo move list, they are trying to sell us that this is a special, unique thing to a cameo. But every single cameo has a forward throw and a breaker, and it does the same thing. So to make it feel like, oh, it's like a special thing of the cameo fighter, no. And like the forward throw,
Round one.
I think like the only one that's like we saw that's different is jacked because you can amplify into the quad grab with his forward throw. I perhaps should have taken that. But all of these throws are doing 110, 120 damage. Maybe slightly different damage for different cameos. We'll have to see upon release. But it's just a fancy animation. For people who complained about Mortal Kombat 11 having really long fatal blows, why are these animations so long for the throws? Like, why does it have to be so long for 110 damage? That's kind of crazy, right? I'm so shocked by it. So you have 4 options, which is no more or no less than what you get in MK11 with consumables. And then on top of that, you have, the throws and the breakers, and then the fatality, which is essentially a souped up version of the throw, which is just like, video, some sort of, movie moment, cinematic moment, where you can watch your character fatalize the opponent. Sure, it's great, but wouldn't it have made sense to have these characters just actually playable? I think that is what we all should have been asking here. If they're going to put in just a half amount of developer resources into designing cameo fighters, why not just take the time to make them into fully fledged characters? I think this is what a waste of designers, time, resources. You make a Frost that looks relatively good. I like classic. And you can't play with her? Why? Why? Okay, so yeah, cameo fighters. Yeah, sure. I'm really hoping still, which is terrible because this is what these corporations are doing to us. They're playing off our hopes and expectations. But I'm really hoping that the Serena cameo is everything that I want. But it's hard to not feel like we got gypped here. They should have just made the characters playable. It feels like a recycling of the tag assist consumables from MK11, because everyone was using those, right? If you were using tag assist consumables, let me know. That was never my go-to option for consumables. But even with the tag assists in MK11, you could have a full-on combo string for some of the characters. So, like, Cetrion, if you tag her in with a certain direction, she will do the forward 2, 1, 4? No, 2, 3, 4? It's kind of hard to say the buttons if I'm not playing. But I think it is the forward 2, 3, 4, which gives you 5 hits, the low overhead mix-up in one combo string. So I think that would have been more interesting than just special moves. Why do we get no combo strings? Is it because they really didn't want us to feel like we were getting gypped? Or because they didn't want to take the effort to make a combo string for the character? But pop-up for some of these combos, for some of these options with tag-ins, that would have been cool. I think there is wasted opportunities here with this game, which is unfortunate. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Are you absolutely in love with the cameo feature? Because I'm not. Living Forest, Lost Tomb, creepy basement stage, rundown area. There's quite a dark and dank stages in this game. No, I've read interview from Derek Kurtzik talking to some games article reviewer place, and he said that the definite design aesthetic of this game is supposed to be bright and sunlight filled because this is to represent Liu Kang's new era of peace. I was quite shocked when I read that. I'll be honest. I expected more blood and gore from MK1, and having just a couple of stages rather than all of the stages is kind of ridiculous. Feather Guardian, I think MK1 is focusing on lore and everything being different than gore and dark tones. I totally agree with you, Feather Guardian. This is what they're doing. Yes, for sure. They really want to focus on Liu Kang's happy new era. Cameo fighter equals King of Fighters striker. Interesting comparison, Fabricio. Returns from Outworld as Enenra. Oh boy. Feather, I still believe the music and dialogue crashes in MK1 is better than MK11. Maybe? I think intro dialogues in MK11 are better because MK11 made me buy it when Kano said to Scarlet, Would you like to taste Australia's best blood sausage? And she's like, I'd rather taste your blood. And then he's like, would you settle for me sausage? That's the best. That's the best intro dialogue. You can't have that kind of witty repartee in 2 lines. There's no comeback. There is no opportunity for any character to make a comeback in those intro dialogues if it's just a 1-2. There's no yeah, I don't see it. That one guy. Cameos are fun mechanic, ton more utility than consumables, and a lot more risk reward tied to them. I don't know. I find like it very similar. Like with tag assists, you really can't be blocking in order to use them. Same goes here for cameos as well. I would wager, have you tried tag assist consumables in MK11? I feel most people have not tried most consumables in MK11. Cameos are fun, but I understand that these characters should be playable and made a large roster. Yeah, I feel like they went half a step here. If they were going to design special moves for these characters, they couldn't be bothered to make one combo string instead of only specials. I'm so confused by only specials. The beta ended for me almost 4 hours ago. What? It's still happening. I did get a message on my PlayStation saying your license has expired. Purchase game to continue playing, but it seems like it's working now. Sure, is very similar to the MK11 consumables. Yes, I agree. The only issue with cameos are that some characters in the cameo roster are, base roster, and that's just stupid. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kung Lao should not be cameos. Those spots belong to others. Totally agree, that one guy. Let's be honest. People are just gonna choose Scorpion. This is what most people do. Most people play as Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 11. I would be surprised if it would be different here. And let's also be honest. Most of the people who are gonna play this game are gonna play for 1 week, 2 week, get through story mode, done, move on to next game. I like to play the game until I have gotten absolutely everything out of it. I'm worried that I'm not going to get as much out of this as I did with MK11. MK11 augment system pre-2020. Definitely so awesome. I miss those. Only time I used the tag assist consumable was for my AI fighter. Oh no. Every Mortal Kombat has bright, beautiful stages. What is the bright, beautiful stage in Mortal Kombat 11? I know you have like the tournament stage, but I wouldn't call that beautiful. It is bright. But is it beautiful? I don't think so. There's a lot of more like pacifying, peaceful, like the living forest when it's happy. That is very much like epitome of like that happy new era aesthetic that they're going for with MK1. I not entirely in love with it, but it is what it is. Cameo fighters should be reserved for only non-playable characters. Sub-Zero Kung Lao shouldn't take a cameo spot. You know what's surprising? I'm actually interested by the Kung Lao teleport cameo. That seems so cool that you can teleport through his hat. Kung Lao's gonna hug me and I can travel through his hat. Exciting. I'm gonna make a song about that, by the way. Making the dialogue shorter gives the game more space, like removing multiple intros and outros. Customize RNG movesets. I'm not sure, Feather. I don't think I agree with that. I like the dialogue in MK11 for some. Not all. There's a lot of it that's just fluff. But there are some like stellar moments, like that Kano Scarlet interaction, or like Aaron Black saying "Sindel my bell." Oh my god. As you can see, it makes me titter, so I love it. Okay, wow. Okay, so we have covered cameos, UI, music, stages, graphics. Is this a PS5 game? I think the other thing that we should look at is this quote-unquote new fighting system. So, I think the thing that I really enjoy about combat in this game is the aerial combo. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see if I'm even doing the right thing. So all of the aerial combos, it's very cool. We're trying to do menacing. Ooh. That's my combo. Do you see it? I mean, the combos are fun. No, don't hurt me! I didn't hurt it. But I enjoy this, like, aerial combat mode. It is very fun. I think it adds a new layer of gameplay to what you have in MK11. But I think, like, what's really counterproductive to all of this fancy combo gameplay is the fact that there is such a huge reduction on damage when your combos get too long. Like, the damage scaling in this game is more intensive than MK11. So let's try that a combo again. 277. 9 hits. 9 hits? It does 277? Come on now. Oh, oops. I'm trying to do it with the snowball in front. Nope, that's not great. And also, you can't tag your moves, which sucks.
Round 2, fight.
Okay, 10 hits. That does 242. Are you kidding me? I did a 10-hit combo, and it does 242 damage. Why is the damage scaling so intense? I can do 242 damage with Jaded and MK11 with a forward 2-1 down 2. I can also do the same amount with Devora with a back 3-4 down 2. So I'm doing a 9-hit combo, which requires more skill to go into the air and juggle the combo appropriately and cancel into my slide at the end. And it does so little damage. And I got broke. They broke me from it. See? I didn't get the slide at the end. It's kind of ridiculous. 242, come on! 10 hits! Unfair! Unfair! So the damage scaling in the game is
Brutality.
I have not noticed it being
Sub-Zero
different.
wins.
If they make it different, that would definitely be an improvement. But this new fighting game system where you have wonderful opportunity to go for crazy combos in the air, and then you have to contrast it with like significant damage scaling. I don't think that's the key. It does not feel wonderful. Not at all. I think also really concerning here with the new fighting system, it's using a lot of like MKX mechanics, if you're familiar. Like you have to use block to amplify, and you're getting armor on enhanced moves.
Round 1. Fight.
Right? Like that's kind of lame. If you have armor with the enhanced moves, which can then be translated into combos. I don't know if that was the winning look from MKX. These armored things. This is also replacing your up 3, your up 2 from MK11. And from what I can tell, there's no way to roll. I'm not sure. If you can roll, let me know in the comments. Can you roll? Do you have back roll? Are you rolling? But yeah, there is no rolls here. And instead of the up 3, anything can be armored?
Embarrassing.
That's kind of concerning. That's kind of concerning. I think too many armored options in the game is concerning. Especially when there is no armor break.
Fight.
No moves that break armor. Like, I guess like what you have with the Fatal Blow, you get ample opportunity to interrupt the opponent before the Fatal Blow. But here, with any special move now becoming armored when enhanced, it feels unfair. I'm not too sure I enjoy this. And unlike MKX, which had both armored enhanced, armored specials, you also have your... what's going on? You also have your, like, it feels just too samey to MKX. How can they call this a new fighting system? Just the air combos? Just the ridiculous damage scaling? I'm confused that they are selling us on this new fighting game system. And you don't even have the running. Oh yes, I remember. You don't have the running. With MKX, you had the running. At least you could run quickly to the opponent if you wanted to do something or get away quickly, but it feels very slow. Like the actual momentum of how people move on the stage feels slow, just like MK11. I'm not sure how this is more speedy than MK11. It's definitely more chaotic with the baked-in tag assist consumable. But you have armored specials, you have no run, you have no roll. I'm confused. Where is the innovation here? How is this a new system if you just strip away something and replace it with something old? I'm confused. I'm very confused. If you have more knowledge about the fighting game system, let me know what you think. That one guy, rolls sucked. Rolls are common in fighting games. Street Fighter, Tekken, all have rolls. We need rolls. Joe, do you see my messages? Because I'm starting to think my phone is bugged. No, I see your messages. Maybe if you leave a like, Your messages will appear more frequently. Nothing unfair about the game, just practice and soon you'll be doing 50% combos like everyone else. That's not true, that one guy. I've played over 60 people in casuals. They're not doing 50% combos. Game might be good for you, but I think for the average person, if you're doing a fancy combo, 10-hit combo, you would expect it to do more than 242 damage. I have to laugh at that because that's laughably bad. Feather Guardian, personally, Lee May's design grew on me. It's not the end of the world. The design has not grown on me. I'm looking forward to swapping out her outfit with something else. Yeah, I'm not sure. Every game has damage scaling. This damage scaling is worse than MK11. This is a downgrade from MK11 damage scaling in combat, that one guy. Humane Shadow. Yeah, it's not they had a chance, but they mess it up. Oh no. They set the bar really high with MK11. MK1 has big shoes to fill, and I think NRS is scared of it. I totally agree with that, Yuri. It feels like they stripped away a lot of stuff from MK11 and they put in old features, like the MKX way of enhancing moves, armored moves, lack of getup. There was rolls though in MKX. I'm so surprised. And there is a counter for rolls. You throw a rolling opponent. It's not hard. Joe, who is your favorite character to use in MK1 so far? I'm going to say Liu Kang. Liu Kang was my favorite. The only game without a bright, beautiful stage is probably just MK4. One can argue MK3. Hit Step. They need for real to buff Katana. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Six God. I agree with you. I hate the way the cameos stand in intros and outros, and people keep using the same Lee combo with the lantern. Oh no. Not the Lee lantern. That's scary. Imagine if they destroy Outworld in MK1. Shirai Ryu Garden and Wuxi Dragon Grotto are bright, beautiful stages. Wuxi Dragon Grotto is literally like in a cave. Like, it's not bright. Shirai Ryu Garden, it's bright, but it's not beautiful. It's just red trees. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one guy. But I love your opinion. Thank you, brother, for being here. Please don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out. All right, so we took a look at the fighting system. We took a look at cameos, UI, music, stages, graphics, PS4 conspiracy. I think we should talk a little bit about the modes. This is going to tie in a little bit to the UI, where I hope that the UI is going to change significantly, because I am hoping for more game modes. If you look at the marketing materials for this game, they are talking about immersive story campaign, new fighting system. Show me where it's new. Please. The aerial combat is probably the most new of it, but it's not that new because it wasn't Armageddon. I'm confused. Okay, anyways. So they talk about new modes and immersive story campaign, yet we're getting no taste of that in the beta, which makes me very concerned because, like I said before, companies with their betas, with their demos, they are going to give you a vertical slice of what they have that is the best, right? They're going to give you maybe like the first chapter of a story, or maybe they'll give you a taste of what are the customization aspects. But here with Mortal Kombat 1, we are seeing no indications of customization, no indication of story mode or single player modes besides classic towers, which makes me very not hopeful for any new game mode that has not already been in MK9, MKX, or MK11. I'm not expecting new game mode based on this beta. Also, if you take a look at other fighting games that did betas, like Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6 gave you access to the Battle Hub, to the world tour, so you have that experience of seeing, you know, the MMO aspect of Battle Hub. You get to see the 3D world of Street Fighter and Metro City with the beta and demo. But why are they not showing us any sort of indication of game modes besides Classic Towers? Maybe perhaps because that's all there is? Maybe because the modes themselves are not the selling feature of Mortal Kombat 1? I feel like this beta is severely lacking, especially when compared to Mortal Kombat 11 beta, because you could at least have a taste of the customization system. You could see that there were different skins, different gears, and you even got hints of the single-player augment system because there were augment slots that were locked, implying that you could modify gear in some way, which was very RPG of Mortal Kombat and NRS to do so. However, I don't think we can look forwards to augments. I don't think we can look forwards to a good customization system. I don't think we can look forwards to other modes. I am very worried just based on this beta experience. Now, I do realize at full game release, September 14th, we are going to understand everything much more about the customization system. But one big reason I feel they did not include anything about the customization system here is because it's going to be heavily reliant upon Dragon Crystals. Mortal Kombat 11 dropped the ball in terms of time crystals, their premium currency, because I got an infinite time crystal glitch. Join the bunny fam and you can get all of the time crystal to purchase everything. But there was never really anything money hungry or greedy about MK11, at least in terms of its time crystals, because the rewards you could acquire from elsewhere in the game, you could get enough time crystals but just by playing the game or going to Demigod. Yeah, so, like, I feel like MK11, they were willing to show off the customization system because the monetization system wasn't as greedy. Here, they're not showing the customization system because I'm worried that the monetization system is very greedy, and they don't want to give people any hints as to what might that be. Now, we come from a world of MK11 having 3 gear pieces. There is also another world of MK Onslaught having 6 gear pieces. I am worried that instead of it just being skins that you can change for your characters, that it is in fact actually more gear pieces, more things to be acquired from in-game cash shop. And for sure, the UI looks kind of basic here, especially without extra game modes. But whatever the UI is for the premium shop, that will be resplendent because they will want your money. I am worried about that. I feel like NRS is not being upfront or transparent about this whole entire customization system, the monetization system. Even in the Street Fighter 6 beta, they at least had the respect for players to define their in-game currencies and season passes so that you would know what to expect before buying the game. And unlike this beta for Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 6 didn't ask you to make a blind pre-order purchase. It's all sorts of worrying. I am so worried about this. Also, all signs point to similar story mode and story campaign a la Mortal Kombat 11. Ed Boon, in a tweet, he said that the story campaign might be a little bit longer than 3 or 4 hours or something. Like, it's going to be cutscenes and fights. That's all it's going to be. So for them to say that there are going to be new game modes and not show us any, and for them to be saying that it's an immersive story campaign and it's not it's just cutscenes. Was MK11 story immersive? Would you have called the cutscenes within MK11 immersive? Because they are doing this, I think, like, really, our expectations for Mortal Kombat 1 can't be much higher than MK11 in terms of game modes, in terms of story campaign, which makes me all feel that this is not leading to Game of the Year. The fighting system seems like a weird bastardization of MK11 and MKX. The cameos seem like, let's recycle this idea and concept that we had with MK11 so that we can satisfy people not getting the character that they want on the roster. It's all about money. They're just trying to get the most money from the most nostalgic fans, which is unsettling. And I really don't think that this is going to lend itself to it being Game of the Year. If we are getting only cutscenes, though, I'm just going to say there better be lots of death and a lot of fight. A lot of fight scenes. A lot of choreographed fight and punch and kicks. There better be lots of that. And explosions. Maybe some guns. Who knows? Give me spicy things in my cutscene. Like, I like an action movie. Let there be action. Okay, so wow, crazy. Let's see what you guys are saying. I am shocked. Okay, I guess that's a matchmaking issue. There are 40% meterless combos that people are doing. That one guy, if you saw all of my playthrough, I did not see a single person do a 40% meterless combo. Most people aren't doing that one guy. MK1 wants you to do air combos for more damage, but that's what I'm doing. I'm doing air combos, and it's still not doing a lot of damage. Here, let me do Liu Kang. Liu Kang's probably my best combo.
Frost.
Combos. It's impossible to downgrade from MK11. LOL. Your opinion. I don't think so. It feels like a downgrade. Some ways. Hit step. I feel they're heavily relying on the air combo mechanics to sell the game, but there's so much that needs to be fixed with gameplay. Yeah, air combos feel kind of unbalanced. I don't think that they spent a lot of time there. That one guy, different skins, more like cheap recolors. I hope that's not what we're getting in MK1, that one guy. Yuri, I like the descriptive voice lady in the background during Fatal Blow and Fatality. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I did like it, but then after a while, it was like she's saying the same thing over and over. I did like her saying that, for Li Mei, she kicks their head off like a bloody firework. I loved it. It was good. That one guy, MK11 customization sucked. I hope it's not an MK1. I think that's a hope that's not going to be fulfilled. There are dragon crystals, brother. If they are asking people to spend money to purchase dragon crystals, surely there's going to be stupid shit to purchase in a premium shop. Street Fighter 6 is doing it. It would be surprising if they did not have things to purchase with the dragon crystals that people are getting. LOL. Who is more greedy, NRS or Capcom? I would say Capcom is very greedy. They are very greedy. But they know how to get away with it. They are very smart about it. Whereas I feel with NRS, they are being deceptive about it. Whereas Capcom is upfront telling you that you must buy a season pass every 3 weeks. We have no idea what dragon crystals are really purchasing yet. We have no idea about the customization system yet. So they are very deceptive, I think. Yeah. In that case, I think it's WB. Oh, yes. True. I know you don't care about the Lauren story, but my opinion to that is of the opposite. I like story. I like cutscene. If it's interesting, if there is action, okay, it's a fighting game. My mom loves old kung fu movies. I love them too. I love to see the fight. So if they're going to give us cutscenes, well, let's watch a really good fight, right? I think. Like, give me, like, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon or something. Lighting Up Christmas. If MK1 is going to be at Gamescom, Hope Sindel's going to be a reveal. We'll have to find out tomorrow. Lots of stuff coming tomorrow. Joe, you can't wait for the reveal tomorrow. Very cool, Joe. You aren't optimizing. Oh no. If only the Tekken announcer was doing the fatality audible. Oh my god. I will pay dollars. I'm not sure how many dollars, but I would pay $1 to get that Tekken voice announcer from the trailers. She was genius. She was genius. Story better better have kills, says Feather. I agree. The addition of an assist character adds more strategy to the game. I'm not certain about that. I feel like there was more strategy with crushing blows. That was a new and innovative way of changing the gameplay for Mortal Kombat 11. But how are cameos innovative when we saw them already as tag assist consumables in MK11? Let's be real, my friends. If you're saying that it's new now, did you actually use tag assist consumables in MK11? Try making a build with it. Because, yeah, like, try using it. Analyze which moves are coming from it. There is no move list in MK11 for the tag assist consumables, but there might as well have been. There's a lot of stuff in MK11 that people don't realize. Yeah, like the type effectiveness chart for elemental damage data. Like, there are some things that people aren't just aware of. Perhaps it's my own failing as a person here on the YouTubes. I probably should have made videos about those things. We might rectify this and cover those more unknown topics of MK11. But yeah, tag assist, not innovative. We've seen it before. Taggins are not innovative. It's chaotic. Chaos is sometimes good, especially in a game. It adds an element of fun. I'm not saying it's not fun. It's not innovative, though, because we've seen it before. All right. So, okay. So, oh, what character am I? Oh, wait. What am I supposed to... We're not doing it. The breaker. I hate that the breaker can be used anytime you're in a combo. Like, Li Mei's not even off the ground. She's calling in the breaker? Why? What a waste of leadership. I can do a 306.
No reprieve coming.
Round
With
2.
Liu Kang.
Fight.
Takes me some time. There we go. You know, I keep on trying to press R2. I'm trying to amplify the attack. I'm just messing up my buttons when I press R2. Yeah. I would like to amplify that. I still haven't done that. But yeah, I mean, 306 for a 10-hit combo? God, that's so much work. I feel like that should have been 350. The damage scaling is way too much. Okay, but yeah, characters. So we talked about the stages, the music, the fight system, the story, the modes. I think the last thing that we really need to touch on are the characters. The characters that they have here for this game, it really feels like they are nostalgia baiting a lot of people by having them appear, classic fighters appear as cameo fighters. Really, I think what they were trying to do was widen the appeal of the game to the most people. But I mean, it just feels so dishonest because people who really love Sonya, all they can do is play with Cameo Sonya, and they're expecting people to buy for a Cameo fighter. They're buying the game for a tag assist. Like, it just seems kind of ridiculous. So the choice of characters here also feels like it was very much geared to older people who actually remember playing Lee May or playing Ashra. Like, surely people were asking for Sonya before Ashra. I'm so confused by the choices of the characters on the roster. Not to mention, really dislike some character designs. I made a whole entire video about it. But they made all of the boys into young, effeminate looking boys. All of the men. They've lost their beard hair. They look so femmy. I just don't understand. The women, they look so manly in the jaw. Like, why don't we have sexy ladies? Also, it feels like there is a political agenda. There is a political agenda going on all the time, as we saw with Gamescom Congress. That this is a spearhead point for gaming for everyone. They are really trying to push an agenda, a political agenda, whether that be gender diversity, whether that be racial diversity and an inclusion of the African narrative, whether that be including struggles with the climate issues. Like, these are actual topics that game developers have talked about at conferences that they wish to manifest within their games, which is shocking because we're seeing it here with Tanya. Tanya has the crazy hair. She looks like a man. It's not cute. We're seeing it here too with the roster here, which makes me like so questionable about everything about Mortal Kombat, from the game to its ideology. We've got a roster here on the beta of just Asian people and one white dude. Can we face facts? NRS is run by white dudes. There's a bunch of white dudes at NRS. And for them to just race swap, and I feel like they've gender swapped Tanya. They made her into a man. They made Raiden into a little femboy, lady boy. Like, I'm just not into it. I'm so concerned, and you can call me anti-LGBT, but that would be very ironic. But yeah, like, I don't understand why they're doing this to the characters. Why can't the women be sexy ladies? Why can't the guys be sexy guys? Instead, it just seems like there is a lot of like the BlackRock sociology of ESG scores. You have to have your environmental and social governance scores high to maintain that good credit rating from BlackRock. It really feels like that, and I mean, like, there is proof positive looking at the agenda for Gamescom 2024 or 2023. This is what they're looking at. In fact, they want to record your medical data while you play a video game, so surprising. But yeah, I think the actual, like, overemphasis on Asians within Mortal Kombat, it's kind of like they're erasing white people. They're erasing black people too, by the way. There is no, like, normal black person from the States. You gotta be of the African narrative of Wakanda Forever, Zulu inspiration. Tanya. Umgadi Tanya. Umgadi Tanya. I don't get it. The hair is also just, like, I can't get over the hair. The hair is too terrible. But the characters, the way that they look, especially in contrast with the beautiful stages, it's kind of surprising. Like Lee May, they decided to make Lee May from a feminine girl into a more masculine looking lady, older woman. A lot of the women in this game are older. They're not young. She's definitely older than Scorpion. Scorpion is so cute, by the way. I just realized they made all of the guys into like really cute femboys. They're twinks. They are so twinky. But I don't understand why they made all the boys, all the ninjas, into twinks. Like, there is definite political ideologies here, and you may or may not agree with me, but I just hope that you ask the question, is this accurate? What is he saying? Do I love how Raiden looks? Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Just ask yourself if this is what you enjoy. But it feels, from my perspective, that this is what's going on here. Also, in contrast, like Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, you got women with their hoo-has showing out in their costumes. They got camel toe. They got upskirt shot. They got, like, whoa. Like, Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 are definitely more sexy, in my opinion, than Mortal Kombat 1. Also, there's more diversity. Like, the whole roster here in MK1 is a bunch of Asian people made by white people. Now, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, it's made by a developer team of only Asian dudes. Maybe some Asian chicks. But they actually have the diversity to include Americans, Mexicans, people from Europe, white people. Like, there is more diversity in an Asian game than what you get in an American game. Like, shouldn't the American game be a reflection of the American society, which has all sorts of people, not just Asians? I'm sorry, like, I'm not trying to be like anything, but it's just questionable. Why is it not a reflection of our society, and it's now a reflection of some sort of like idealized sociology, political mumbo jumbo jargon? I'm not into it. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. So crazy. Yuri, can we get our money back if we don't like the final product? I think you can only make returns on sealed product. Digital, I think you have like, a couple of days to figure it out, or maybe a couple of hours. I'm not sure how returns work on the PlayStation. Seijin the Jin, the addition of assist. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that you had a second point there. The frame rate is amazing. Okay, let's talk about the frame rate. This is a PS5 game, right? Let's go into versus. Oh my god, 20 minutes till this thing shuts down on us and we're not able to use the game. Oh no. Okay, so I just want to illustrate a point here. This is a PS5 game. How is it that there's 106 milliseconds of ping? And that's true even against wired opponents. Typical good ping for matches is below 50. Look, he is a wired opponent. It's 91 milliseconds. When I was playing Tekken 8, I was getting ping of 33 milliseconds. The thing is if they're calling this an upgrade, how is latency so high? If you have a different frame, different ping rate, I would love to know. But this is not appropriate. 95 we're getting like an average of like 90, 100 for ping. This would be yellow ping in MK11. So either something's wrong with the game or something's wrong with NRS servers. This is not top tier, Seijin. Not top tier. 119 milliseconds. Everyone's on McDonald's Wi-Fi at this point, which is unfortunate. Like, I'm so surprised at this. Not top tier, my friend. Not top tier. Hit step. I'm in the middle when it comes to liking this game. I agree. I want to love it, but I feel like there's too many things that are obvious in my face of it just being a recycle, upcycle, repeat, downgrade. Not a downgrade. Well, this ping matchmaking definitely a downgrade. Average of above 100 ping, 100 milliseconds, that's a lot. I'm banking on trying the other cameos to make gameplay more fun and interesting, but I'm just unsure at the moment. Totally agree, hit step. I'm waiting for Ashra plus Serena. I'm waiting for Ashra plus Serena. If Ashra plus Serena does not sell me, I am worried. But I am looking forward to them. Also, I'm looking forward to Reptile and Serena, and maybe Havoc and Serena. They definitely did a good job with the Banished trailer, or at least I enjoyed the character selection. It was more interesting. Cameos are different than tag assist. Not in my opinion, that one guy. Much more utility and greater risk reward. Same utility? Have you used tag assist, that one guy? I don't think so, because it is the same. It is very much the same. This is the best roster since 2011. Terrible. I don't think so. What about the men are effeminate? They're young. They are young, and they're just so cutesy looking. I am so surprised that they all look so soft in the face. Like, contrast that with Lee May or Tanya, who just look naturally angry when you're just looking at them. Yeah, I would say that they look effeminate. 137 milliseconds. Wow, that's a lot of ping for just casual matches. I'm surprised. Okay, what about the women are manly? Their jaws, their long faces. Their jaws and their long faces. The fact that they're not wearing age-appropriate costumes. That makes them less appealing. Yeah. I'm sorry. If you're getting a boner for Tanya, I think your boner is, like, misguided. If I shave my face right now, would that make me effeminate? I don't know. Are you young and soft in your facial, bone structure? Because the boys just look more soft. They look like, let's be honest, Thai lady femboys. They're lady boys. They look like trans. They look so trans. They look so cute. If you need further clarification, Google image search Thai lady boy. You'll find some interesting pictures then. I'm surprised nobody is threatening NRS for more Scorpion and Melina. I think they are. I mean, I would have expected Scorpion and Melina to be in the beta. Let's be honest. Most of Mortal Kombat's cast are Asian or Asian-inspired, maybe, but the roster selection and the deviations, like, Katana to me wasn't always Asian. Jade to me wasn't always black. Like, these were more racially ambiguous characters. But with MK11, you get a definite Asian girl face. MK11. And she had a girl face, not a man face. Not a long face with angular jaw structure that belongs on, like, an army general. Please. Please, I can't be blind to this. I can't be the only person who's seeing this. Please. They got Tanya looking like Woman King or Wakanda, because both of those movies did so great, right? Corey Freeman, MK1 caters to scrubs just like how MK11 did. MKX actually had testosterone. I would agree. The fact that you could... The run mechanic! How is there no run mechanic? You can run in Street Fighter 6. You can run in Tekken 8. You can't run in Mortal Kombat 1. If we're gonna just base it off Evo tournaments, Corey, like the tournaments for Street Fighter 6 and Tekken, those fights are gonna be more fast-paced, more exciting, more testosterone and adrenaline filled than MK1, which seems to be very much so more slow. It feels like MK11 in terms of pacing, momentum, it feels slow. And guaranteed there are people who are going to zone the shit out of you, because that's what I've been doing with Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang's going to do it, and I'm going to do it too. What about them are twinks? They are young boys. They look gay. Do I need to add more? I have a gaydar. It's built into me. I can recognize Oh, Lord. Fabricio, are Liu Kang an SJW for creating this political correct Brave New World? I definitely think that there is a little bit of that. A lot of the boys are looking femmy. Even Liu Kang. Like, Liu Kang looks so femmy. I'm just so confused. Look at all the projectiles. Just all the projectiles. Projectile! It's slow. It's gonna be slow. It's gonna be just like that. For most ranked PvP matches, I think. I believe the reason why the male characters don't have beards is because they're testing the graphics. Also, not a fan of Tanya's design, but I do like Gira's cosplaying Liu Kang and Fujin. I can see the cosplay as Fujin. He does kind of have like Fujin pants. He stole Fujin's pants, right? From a torrid one night stand. But yeah, it's questionable that they take the ladies and they make the ladies so older and masculine looking. I'm just shocked. Rumors going, characters got 10 skins apiece. I don't know about these rumors, JBB. Adam, they start making Jade with darker skin since Deception. You know, in MK3 she had tan. She was tan. Was she tan? Or was that later? I'm not sure. A Mega Rob, which trailer? Which trailer? I'm not sure. Zimzabal, I can't say that name. They look trans because they made the woman into masculine jaw features. They take the boys and make them look like Thai lady boys. They look different. These are not the masculine men and feminine women that I was expecting. Let's see. My birthday is 10 days after yours, Zim. Very cool. Sonic Fox can do crazy stuff on this game. Can most people, though, is the question. If it's not accessible to most people, then it's gonna be like high skill ceiling for most people to access combos that are going above. Well, it seems like my 10-hit combo with Liu Kang goes above 300, but it requires way too much more like skill compared to what I can do in MK11. I'm not sure, JBB. I'm looking forward to Havoc, Reiko, Astra, Reptile. Me too, Adam. You started in 9 when the original reboot happened? What? No, they do that with DBD if you rage quit. I see there's lots of comments. The game comes out on my birthday, September 14th. I'm also getting the black Xbox Series S. Very cool. Street Fighter 6. They punished rage quitters with temporary ban. I'm not sure. Jason, I like turtles. Very cool. JBB, it's not complete game. I think by making exceptions for them by saying it's a beta and not complete, the beta is supposed to give us a picture of what to expect in the final game. I got a pretty clear picture of what Street Fighter 6 was going to look like from its beta and demo. Same goes for Tekken. Picture here for Mortal Kombat leaves something to be desired. Check out the rest of the video. I've seen lots of people giving this game lots of hell. I could see that too. They need it. Hit step. Mortal Kombat has always been Asian inspired. I don't think it needs to be a representation of America just because it's an American game. So why do they have Shao Kahn saying make Outworld great again in MK11? If it's not to be American inspired. Once again, like there's like a weird double standard. Oh, it's Asian but not American, blah blah. I don't get that. I don't see that hit step. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying. What's age appropriate? Please don't do anything not age appropriate, that one guy. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to find what else you're saying. Kitana was originally Japanese? Maybe? I mean, it makes sense. Katana is a Japanese weapon. No to pro players. Oh no. No to pro players. Sonic Fox saying game is awesome. Good for him. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Feather Guardian. Tanya looks better with the Cleopatra look. I agree. I agree there. Tanya has dark skin since she was introduced in MK4 Zim. Dark doesn't mean Zulu. Dark could be Middle Eastern, could be Persian, could be Indian, could be something. It feels like there is a definite want to include an African narrative within the game. Obviously, they called it Umgadi. Duh. JBB, NRS can't please everyone. I think that they should at least try and excel their standards. Mega Rob, exactly. Adam, I don't know what he is talking about. Oh no. Hopefully you guys understand each other in the live stream chat. That one guy. Jade has always been dark skinned. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I believe like she was always sort of tan. Like, I don't understand why everyone for offensive with this game afterwards. LOL. Who's offensive? Sephiroth, I don't think we'll see Fujin in MK1 at all. So many characters have his moves. I agree, Sephiroth. It feels like they recycled a lot of Fujin gameplay with other characters. Like, his windy kicks are on Liu Kang. His sword techniques are with Kenshi. Strange. Very strange. My boy, she wasn't introduced in MK3. No, but I remember her in MK3 being tan. LOL, Rob. JBB, WB Discovery, they are calling the shots here. Maybe? Feather, would you watch Tekken Bloodline Season 2 if it's announced tomorrow? I would watch it. Yeah, it was good. She came in MK4. Yes, Tanya came in MK4. Good job. Mortal Kombat 1 should be Game of the Year. I don't think it's going to be, Jason. Let's have a bet. Kasich, next they will remove the finish him or finish her for finish them. It's a frightening time, my friends. Here in Canada, you are not allowed, if you are working for the government, to refer to people as he or she. You must refer to people in official correspondence as they or them. They are policing the language. They being Big Brother, the government. So the policing of language, removing things like pronouns and all of that, it definitely feels like this is what's being incorporated into MK1. This is the route that we are heading down. Guys, beware. Are you playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No? All you MK1 fans started playing MK with MK11. I think so, Corey. I think a lot of people who are really enjoying MK1 are perhaps not as old as other people who have been playing the game. Like, I remember a time when the world did not have Mortal Kombat. Like, I think having that history and that perspective is important. Mortal Kombat 1 win awards at Game Awards. LOL. Once again, let's bet on this, JBB. I bet you $100 it's not winning Game of the Year. Are you willing to back up your words with some money? LOL. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just jokes. Just jokes. JBB, the game is done. Basically, they are waiting to print them on discs. What? If they're not already printed on discs, I would be concerned. Game is required to be out in less than a month? Come on now. I'm hoping that there is a warehouse filled with discs. Anyone can say it makes something great again without it being American, though. Come on, Dave. No, that was clearly a reference to Donald Trump. It does feel very Trump referential. LOL, it's American politics put into the game. To say that it's not there is to be willfully blind to the situation that is. And I won't do that. I'm sorry, Charlie. JBB, I can't wait to try Raiden out myself. I agree. Would be nice to try out. Absolutely, everyone. Katana's name was originally supposed to be Kitsune in MK2. Very cool. MK1 caters to cowards and sweaty scrubs. LOL, Corey. Maybe. John Tobias' original idea was Raiden to be Asian data fact. Yeah, maybe, but for a lot of people, their first instance of Raiden was Christopher Lambert. So to me, he's always been a white guy. Also, the voice of Raiden for all of NRS has been a white guy. When the white guy was let go from being Raiden, he was upset. Now they replaced him with an Asian guy. Tell me how that's not racial diversity inclusion being incorporated into a video game. That is it. That is the example. Didn't Fujin recycle a lot from Kenji? Maybe that's the way around, Feather. Tekken 8B in 2024. Well, I hope it's here. I started long before MK11. I hate MK11. You know, if you hate MK11, I think you're probably going to hate MK1 just based on our interactions that one guy. I think you're a very smart and critical thinking person, and I don't see how you could enjoy MK1 for long. There's a lot of rosy colored glasses on right now because everyone is using the excuse or the crutch of this is not a full game. It's going to get better at release. And I myself am wearing a set of those glasses, hoping that Ashra and Serena is going to be the thing that changes my life. But, I mean, if we're basing it on MK11, let's just wait. $1,000, Dave. LOL. Message me on Discord, JBB. We'll set up this bet. Yes, I will bet you this. J4, you capping, JBB. What does capping mean? Is that like when you shoot someone up? Oh no, Ashra has never worn a bikini. She's masculine. The character that we're getting in MK1 is not Ashra. Ashra did not look like whatever we're getting in MK1. I like the design, the character design of Ashra, but she could have equally have been called anyone else. That was not necessarily Ashra. And if we are making characters to be something somewhat familiar, where is the hat? Where is the hat? That is not Ashra. But I like her. I like her design. I will say that. Injustice is the reason why I learned about the MK franchise. Oh, very cool. The newcomers don't know anything about how MK games played in the 90s. The younger generation would rather play like zoning scrubs and mashers. Maybe, Corey. I am shocked it's only 3 weeks until 14th of September, and we know so little. Not even the full roster or modes would agree. Kasich, totally agree. MK is and will continue to be overshadowed by Tekken and Street Fighter 6. NRS messed up. I don't know, J4. Personally, in my trinity, I like to keep Mortal Kombat at the top. Uh-oh, they booted us from the servers. I like to keep Mortal Kombat at the top, but it's like, just looking at everything that we've talked about today, there's a lot more heart and love and soul put into Street Fighter 6 than there is into Mortal Kombat 1. The stages are so static. Sure, you can break a chair, but breaking a chair isn't as impactful as leaving a huge pile of blood all over the stage. It's not as much as a stage fatality or brutality. It's not as much as a stage interactable. And you can't even roll, and there's no wall jump, and there's a lot of things that are missing. Like, I'm not getting the love. Like, the menu, it looks so basic, it's so tiny, like, there's a lot more joy in the animations of Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, even in their menus. I'm so confused. Kenshi is gonna be overpowered. I hope so, VG Master. It looks like Kenshi is, like, a top skill character, a hard difficulty character. Seems like there's a lot of things to learn with him. I was not able to learn everything about him. I think I have a better understanding of like Liu Kang and Sub-Zero than I do of Kenshi. Oh no, God forbid they base the character on Japanese deity is now Asian? What? Raiden is based on Japanese deity? Perhaps, but sure. Recognize it for what it is, that one guy. It's a political thing. To not be admitting that is to be willfully blind. I've been playing games since 1992, since it began. Very cool, JBB. For voice acting, I don't think the actor should match the character. It should go to the person who is best at the job. I think it should also be respectful to the players. Most of the players recognize the voice of the white dude who plays Raiden. They got rid of him and they brought on this Asian guy. Interesting. Kenshi plus a really good cameo. VG setup seems like it's going to be unbeatable. Oh, he's a cameo as well, Kenshi? Surprising. Surprising. That one guy. The gameplay looks great. There are things I hate about MK1 too. I voiced many of my complaints about the game too. Oh, okay. J4, Cap'n is lying. This is like new children lingo. This is not what we said like 20 years ago. I never heard of that. OG, of course it, Jonah, of course it won't be Game of the Year. Hey, Dave. Hello. No one knew she was Astra till she said her name. My first thought was, who is this paladin? LOL. Exactly, right? Astra could have been called anything else. I did not know that she was Astra. RIP MK1 beta. Yes, unfortunately. The beta's over. No more beta. You are not connected to server. Great. Well, you know what? In fact, like, being connected to the NRS servers, it was kind of frustrating that all of the matches that I'm getting are more than 100 milliseconds in ping. That's kind of insane. Why does everyone think that what we saw in the trailer is real? Because, wait, what? Wait, we're supposed to watch a trailer, which is official marketing activity for a game, and we're supposed to think it's not real? I'm confused by that, Rob. Jonah, Feather, I was about to say that. Does MK1 really reflect 4 years of effort? Great question, Kasich. Great question. This does not reflect 4 years of effort. I was shocked when Jeff Keighley said that they were developing this thing for 4 years. It does not feel like 4 years have gone into it, which is probably why we're seeing regression to MKX style of enhancements, style of armored specials. We're seeing a regression to MK11 tag assist consumables, seeing even more of a downgrade from MK11 in terms of damage scaling. Like, the damage scaling in this game is ridiculous. I think it's just because they were running out of time. They did not spend 4 years on this. If anything, I believe more so that when they said that they dropped MK11 in 2021, which was like May or June, might have been June because there was like rainbow dragon symbol, because the dragon has to be, of course, gay. But yeah, from their official Twitter, they said, oh, after 2 years, we're no longer supporting MK11. It's probably going to be the same situation with MK1. And then they're going to move on to, like, Injustice 3. This does not look like 4 years worth. It does not look like a PS5 game. It does not. I am surprised. And, of course, it wouldn't look like a PS5 game because they're going to make it run on the Switch. LOL. Jonah, I think Astra will be top 1. Maybe. I'm hoping so. That one guy, if Street Fighter overshadows MK1, how come MK1's beta had higher views than Street Fighter 6? Street Fighter 6 has already been out for months, my friend. Of course the beta is going to have more views than a game that's been out for months. It's a different situation if you compare the betas, though. The OG MK2 and 3 Shao Kahn voice was iconic. Why they didn't bring him back is beyond me. I agree, Charlie. He was iconic. That one guy, I knew it was Ashra. She had the Chris and wears white and gold. That's too few indicators of a character. And for me, to know Ashra is to know she has a hat. Without the hat, I did not know that was her. Brian, how are you doing today? Enjoy your day. Thank you, brother. Love you, Brian. Hopefully you're having a great time. I am so confused. I got 25 wins and 32 losses without playing the towers. Very nice. I think I went 50-50. I'm not sure. I was just playing the towers and the matches, just having fun. Mega Rob, read MK lore. No. First off, there is no book of MK lore. If you have one, cough it up. It doesn't exist officially within a game. So there is nowhere for me to go like in MK11 or MKX and read all of the lore that has ever existed. And to say that MK is based on lore, do we forget what MK1 was? There was no lore. There might have been a short character bio of a sentence, but that was it. There was no real story. There was no real lore. It's just about fighting and having fun. Oh, Lord. What's damage scaling? There are 40-50% combos in this game. Not everyone is doing that. I don't see anyone else in this live stream chat, that one guy, saying they're doing 40% combos. Maybe if you're a pro player, which I know you are, that one guy, you can do these fancy combos. But not everyone is doing this. Okay, Sephiroth. I'm going to miss Epcar's voice as Raiden. New guy sounds like any character. Yeah. Matchmaking is poor because not everyone buy the ultimate version. I believe day one will be better. If they launch a PS4 version, could be even better. Maybe Fabricio. I think aside from like money reasons, financial incentives, I don't see any other reason why they would want to, like, why they wouldn't put it on the PS4. Seems like it was developed for the PS4, but they're making it a PS5 game because they can charge that $10 extra for a new gen console game. They also probably have some kickbacks from PlayStation and Xbox for selling consoles that buy their first game as Mortal Kombat. Oh, I remember when MK11 dropped, it took 8 months until they said MK11 is done. Right? They dropped MK11 like a hot potato. If that is their business ethic, how can we expect differently with MK1? Which then like makes all the hype for MK1 seem really lackluster. I have no hype. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm not on... I guess, maybe I get off the hype train. I'm not sure. But yeah, like, they drop these things so quickly. What's the point of getting invested into a game and being excited for it when the thing is going to be done after, 8 months? Damn. Jonah, I wish this game was playable on PS4 too so I can play with my old friends. I totally agree. I knew it was her immediately. I said, Ashra, where is your hat? So did everyone else. That one guy. My only regret was I didn't do cameo fatalities. Yeah, I wish I had done the Jax one. Didn't actually do that one. I did the other ones, but not the Jax one. How are you feeling about Reptile's new look? Switching between lizard and human form. I personally love Reptile's new look. I do. I feel similar, Lonnie. I do like how he looks in human form. I like how certain parts of him transform into the reptile to do attacks like his sweep, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Reptile is definitely more so cooler than all of the characters we got to play as in the pre-order beta. Story has always been an important part of MK. Sure, right, because there was a wealth of story in MK1, that one guy. Have you noticed that Geras' new fatality is an homage to one of his brutalities in MK11? Oh, which brutality? Jonah, the MK11 story was the only bad MK story. I'm not sure. I think they were getting into fishy waters. Unsafe waters. with MKX. Like, MKX, the storyline wanted to become, like, it was literally political intrigue. They are fighting for who is the ruler of Outworld. It seemed very strange. Plus, that was when they started, like, shoehorning political ideologies. Like, let's face facts. Kung Jin isn't gay, but they made him gay for the story for the purposes of pushing a political and social ideology onto players. This is coming from me, the guy who loves pink. I love pink. But I like a rainbow, but not in my video games. MKX, 4 years, and this is what we got. I know, Corey. 4 years, and this is what we got. MK9 was the best one. MKX was good too, but your opinion is respected. I respect you too, Jonah. Love you too, brother. Reptile human form is one of the best thing now. Yes, I would agree. He is very cute. He is very, like, I want to pinch his cheeks. But he is very young looking, which makes me worried. Like, he would be in a teen drama, a young adult TV show. He's not old enough. I wish he was a little bit older, but still sexy. A little bit older, but still sexy. That would be great. MK9's story makes no sense. He must win. It's basically a fancier version of MK1, 2, and 3. I think out of the 3 NRS story modes, it's been the most successful. Yes, MKX, MK11, MK9. Yeah, I would say MK9 is better than the other 2. And the dumbing down and bastardization of characters is appalling. I think what's more appalling is when they try to push ideologies onto us. This is what's happening. People need to wake up. They need to realize what's going on with video games, because you know what? Maybe we will cover it, because there is a Gamescom Congress political agenda meetings live stream going on Wednesday. Is that the 24th? When's the 24th? No, it's Thursday. So maybe we'll take a look at that, because it would be interesting to know how game developers are wanting to incorporate things like gender diversity, gender nonconformity, all of this stuff. Really want to know. Hitstep, there's rumors that Jade is in, but not reliable that sources, but let's hope. We can hope, Hitstep. I'm not too sure if she'll be a Jade that I recognize. I mean, even if Jade is in the game, she'll probably, she'll be part of the Umgadi like Tanya with some crazy hair. In my opinion, the lore in the fighting games is always terrible. Every fan can do a better thing than that. Not that the fan fiction is better than the actual story of the fighting game. Okay, Fabricio. Cara D, they didn't give us a good picture of what the entire game would be. I hope there is a lot more in the full version. I totally agree, Cara. I think that they should have given us a better idea of the different game modes, but if they did not here in the beta, it's probably because they aren't confident that it will help with sales. If it will detract from sales, they would keep it out. That would be the business prerogative here of what is included with the beta. Jonah, what about MKX? I don't know. MKX didn't have a bad story, IMO. It was boring, and a lot of that sense is weird time. Kung Jin is gay. He is not gay. If he is gay representation, I don't want him. There are a lot of things wrong with these games nowadays. Hitstep, I don't believe anything that isn't from the people who made the game. Some fan fiction could be entertaining. It doesn't have to be official. They have a wealth of fan fiction, I realized, for Street Fighter. There's a lot of Ken and Ryu sexy fanfics. I did not realize so many people love Ken and Ryu in a relationship. But that's a gay thing that I could buy. I totally see it. Feather, tomorrow 2 new characters and cameos will be revealed according to Ed. Take it with a grain of salt. We'll see. They should have just stayed with MKX styled gameplay, just with MK1's graphics. I could see that being better, Corey. I really could. Jonah, I better not see Sindel tomorrow. Well, we'll have to find out. Wow. Okay, so wow, this was really long. I'm sorry. But I'm really trying to, like, even if you disagree with me on the things that I have said, I just hope that you ask questions, because I think that's the most important thing. A lot of these developers, whenever they are doing promotion for a game, they're showing you cutscenes only, showing you no gameplay, and they're playing off your hopes and expectations in order to draw the dollars out of your wallet. And I think it's important to take off the rose-colored glasses, jump off the hype train, and ask the questions. Like, is this a PS5 game? Did this really take 4 years to develop? What are the other game modes? Why are they making women into men and men into women? What are these ideologies they are pushing on you? Like, ask the questions. Just ask. If you don't ask the questions, I don't think anyone's going to learn anything. But if you do have a conflicting opinion to my own, please know I'm respectful of all opinions. I would love to hear yours in the comments down below. Would be lovely to have a conversation with you, much like we did with everyone in the live stream chat. Much love to you guys here in the chat, because really, these live stream chats are more fun when you're here. Also, consider subscribing. 70% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. Would be lovely if we had a larger community here in the live stream chats. Also, we're close to that 10K milestone. Would really love to hit 10,000 before the release of this game. So yes, please do this. But I must give massive love to all of my brothers and sisters in the Jaded Bunny family. This is how I'm still here on YouTube. If it were not for my brothers and sisters, I probably would have had a lot more of my videos age restricted, limited availability. I would have gotten a rougher time from YouTube. So I really think that my brothers and sisters helped grant me a little bit more weight here on YouTube. So thank you to everyone in the Bunny fam. When you join, you help keep this channel alive, but you also get access to my infinite time crystal glitch, my #1 strategies for MK11 single player, family only PvP events, where you get to brutalize me. Lots of fun. But yes, if you want to participate in this, please join. Please. Also, much love to all of my brothers and sisters. James Shea, Kevin Dong, Kalila Crenshaw, John Feltner, Charlie Ravens, John Lee, John Clark, Danny Slaw Energizer, Pro Gamer, J4, Among Us Gamer, GCXBU Gaming, Kenneth, Cara D, Kokomet Joe, AG Miller, Coffee Gamer, Lucy Little Thunder, Boots Alexander, Jonah, Eric, Blood Ferox, Glowy, Chaka Corn, Airy, Michael K, Darkside Trokar, Mark Danny, O Gamer, Michael G, Swishfish, Ilkid, Snoopy Blind, FGC, Albus Christus Mortis, Yuri, Erdem, Calum, JJ, Dr. Eggman, Alina, Acenonics 85, Alan, Ciderem, Ragnar, Rian Chaos, and Queen Melina. Yay! Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Okay, all right. Let's make sure that I'm not missing any of your comments. Fabricio, political agenda is everywhere in these times. I know. I wasn't cognizant of this back in 2016. I'm definitely cognizant of it now. Always saw Ryu as ace. Does ace mean top or bottom? Because if anything, because he's because Ken's the top. Let's be clear here. That one guy. What about the men are women and what about the women are men? I've already told you that one guy. Are you just being stubborn? I think you are. Feather Guardian. We can all agree MK1 females at least have some cake? Maybe? In small quantities? for the diabetic, the sugar intolerant who can't eat cake, maybe. There's more cake in Street Fighter 6. Have you seen Chun-Li's spinning bird kick? Whoa, you can see a lot with that. Lonnie, unfortunately, I didn't get to play beta because I was so busy. I pre-ordered Premium Edition, though. Oh, you know what? I think I need a break after this because I've played so much of the beta over this weekend. I'm like, beta out. I can't. Jonah, because Neil and Susan are cyber bullies and they'll constantly come after you. Maybe. Susan's no longer in charge of YouTube, so don't worry. John, have a good evening. Thank you, brother. Feather, do you think Cyber Smoke fits better as skin or cameo? Skin? Skin, because you can play with him. I would like to play with the character. I think head-to-toe outfits where you look completely like someone else, that's a good idea. I like that. But, oh boy. Yes, thank you, my friends, for joining along. Leave a like. 25 of you. Leave 25 likes or get out, because I'm going to. But yes, subscribe, comment. But until next time, I'm praying for all of you to just be getting good vibes from MK1. Yes, perhaps. But please, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye, my friends. Take care. Peace. Love you guys.